Starting with the Monday's Guardian, Paul, what do they have on the front page?
Tory factions threaten to wreck Sunak's conference. Of course, the Conservative conference is underway now, and this isn't news, this is The Guardian. However, what they have said is that Rishi Sunak is struggling to hold together his fractured party at the first day of the Conservative conference as it saw attempts at a united front collapse into rival groups battling over tax, culture wars and the fight for Tory leader. Well, of course, if you look closely at this, the fight for Tory leader, what they're saying is Rishi might not last, therefore who have we got to look at? And we've got to look at Braverman, we've got to look at Patel, apparently, Kemi Badenoch, and of course Cleverly. I'm not sure any of those people right now are future leaders of the Tory party, and I see Rishi Sunak himself fighting this now till the very end, of course. And the reason I see that is because I don't think we've seen enough scrutiny of the Labour's party's policies yet. Now, they look like they've got a home run. I'm not sure they have got a home run, but there's quite a lot going on. What do you make of this, Adam?
I think there should be a far more significant headline, and that is gymnast born with no legs and massive feet.
That's how it looks, doesn't it?
It does.
Adam, sticking to this, I mean, this is kind of a sort of make or break conference really for the Tories. I mean, this is Rishi coming in and going, guys, let me lead you to the next election and I'm going to win. But
I'll be honest with you, it took me so long to come up with the gymnast gag, I haven't read the other story.
That's why you're here, Adam. You're right, though. You was quite facetious, and there are a number of people jostling for position. But this happens every time there's a party conference. It happens at every party conference, unless they're entirely united, which most parties aren't. The Labour Party aren't either. But Rishi is under a lot of pressure now. And, of course, I am a betting man, and I would bet against him winning the next general election. That's starting to change slightly, though. The winds are changing.
Yes, but is it going to change enough?
Not for me, it's not.
And also, we're going to see some more stories that might affect that later. There is another story, also in The Guardian. Verbal abuse damaging to children, say experts. This is quite an interesting, wasn't it? I mean, look, you explain it first, if you don't mind.
So this story is about parents who shout at their children or call them stupid, are sort of leaving their offspring at greater risk of self-harm. Now, I guess there is a correlation between those two things. I don't know if it's a greater risk. The reason I say that, I'm not condoning that type of behaviour towards children, by the way, but you imagine that was the sort of way parents were towards children for generations. And self-harm, I don't know if it seems that in recent times, self-harm seems to have exploded in some way, but during a time where parents aren't really shouting at kids in the same way they would have done in previous generations. So I'm not sure the correlation stacks up.
We've all got children, though.
Yes.
It's very hard to not shout at your children. Particularly yours, Adam, because they're so annoying.
I mean, you should never call your child stupid. You can say that was stupid, but not you're stupid, apart from the stupid one.
My daughter has called me stupid. What should I
it's
do
fine
about
when
that?
it's the other way around.
Oh, OK, cool.
Yeah,
No, but isn't it obvious you don't call a child stupid?
No, I think it is obvious, Adam, but not to everyone.
Right.
But it seems obvious, but exactly.
Not to the stupid parents, that's the problem. And the irony is they're correct.
Yeah, and unfortunately then it continues that cycle. But yes, there are certain things here that you wouldn't, you know, it's very hard for any parent to not lose their temper. But this is, it's a tough one because of course it's going to make that impact. And I'm sure we're three comics. I'm sure we were traumatised by our parents to a degree from like even things that innocuous things that they might not even remember saying, they tend to stick with you.
It's not so much the shouting. I once watched my dad finish a yoghurt with his tongue, and that affected me very deeply. So
did he have to squeeze it to get the bottom to go up?
I don't know what he was doing. All I know is I need to get him a spoon for Christmas.